Thanks for stopping by on the Six Brothers Beef Company YouTube channel. In today's video, not only am I going to show you how to make some awesome Black Angus Dino Beef Ribs, 4-bone Dino Beef Ribs on my offset smoker so you can follow along and you can recreate this recipe and follow the instructions and turn out some awesome dino ribs as well. But we're also going to put a twist on these and we're going to make a Korean style beef mopping sauce. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know you're watching. I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's get to these ribs. And this is our beautiful rack of Dino Beef Ribs. These ones in particular, of course, these are our products, Six Brothers Beef. These are Black Angus. It's got some great marbling going on right here. Not sure if you can see that. Let me lift that up a little closer. It's got some awesome marbling. So these are going to be some nice, tender beef ribs after we get done smoking them. And we're gonna do a little bit of a twist. I'm gonna bring y'all along for a experimental recipe. We've got some roasted garlic infused olive oil. We're gonna use that as our binder. And then I mixed up a kind of Korean or something to that extent of a seasoning combination. It's got some zested orange peel, lemon pepper, cayenne, salt and pepper. And the one ingredient that's really going to give this some awesome flavor is some ginger. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead. I'm going to put a little bit of this roasted garlic infused olive oil onto our beef ribs here. It doesn't take a whole lot. This will go a long way. So just like that. That's enough for the whole rack really right there. So we're going to get some flavor on these ribs right off the bat with this infused olive oil for our binder. Not too worried about the underside with the membrane for the olive oil, but I do want to get this all over the meat because that's where most of our seasoning's going. And I mentioned we were doing some awesome flavors that aren't really traditional for beef ribs today. And we're actually going to whip up a mop sauce to be mopping these with. And to that, we're going to have some Smoking Hot Chicks LLC, the bacon jalapeno sauce. That's going to be in there. For a little kick, we're going to add the Texas Pete hot sauce. That's going to go good with our seasoning there with the cayenne. And then we've got some light soy sauce. Apple cider vinegar. That's going to give it a nice pop in the mix there. And then to kick it up a little bit too, we got some pure honey. That's going to be thickening our mop up a little bit, and I think that's going to go great with our seasoning. So let's go ahead, let's get these seasoned up. This does not smell like your typical beef rub, but it does have some of those notes in it. That salt and pepper is in there. Forgot to mention there's a little bit of garlic in here. I can already smell the lemon pepper and the orange zest. So we're going to be heavy with this seasoning because that's going to go really well with our mop. It's going to be a good colored bark with this seasoning in it. So that's what we're doing, guys. And next time I see y'all, we'll be at the big offset in the driveway. Alright, and I showed y'all seasoning up one side of these beef ribs, or one rack of the beef ribs I should say. We've actually got two racks, so let me go ahead and grab that other rack and we'll put that on too. Just like that. We've got the big smoker, the backyard offset, dialed in to about 275, 300, so that's what we're rolling at. And we're rolling with post oak and hickory today, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. And we'll check on this in an hour. I'm excited to see how these beef ribs turn out. The first long smoke on the backyard smoker. So if y'all are interested in a backyard pit like this, I'll have the information down below in the description box as well. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down and we'll check on them in an hour. Like I said, I'm going to check back with y'all in an hour, but I just wanted to show y'all this is about as much wood that we have in there with our coal base from the Kingsford that we used. We've got some hickory chunks and some oak logs. So next time I see y'all, we'll be checking these ribs out. Alright, so we're at that hour mark. Look at the color on these. They're looking awesome. Not really too concerned about the internal temperature because we're not even close to what we're looking to get to. Right around 205-ish, 208. We want these really to bite off the bone when we take a bite out of them. We're gonna go ahead and shut these down, let them roll for another hour, and next time I see y'all, it's time to start mopping. Alright, and we are right after the 2-hour mark. Look at the pullback on these guys. This is smelling ridiculous with that Korean style seasoning we whipped up. It's time to mop these bad boys, start mopping them. We've got a decent bark building up. Again, this is about some out of bounds flavors we're trying to get here. So I'm gonna get these mopped down with our sauce that we put together. And if you wanna see how we make this sauce, we are actually gonna upload a separate video for that. So make sure you follow me on What's New Barbecue as well. Let's go ahead and get these mopped down nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and cover them. We're not gonna be stingy with this stuff. This is the flavors we're trying to get on our beef rub, or on our beef ribs I should say. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish getting these all layered down with this sauce, and we'll shut it down and I'll check on them in another hour. Alright guys, we are at the 3-hour checkpoint, and it's time to start worrying about the internal temperature of these beef ribs. Not really worrying, but just kind of seeing where we're going, because we've been cooking solid right around 300 degrees this entire time. Woo! 215, holy. Let's see, 185 on this bigger one. So this guy is ready to go. We're gonna pull this one, but before we do, we're gonna mop it. Got it right here. So we're gonna pull this one and let it rest. But before we do, we'll go ahead and mop this guy too. It's coming along at 15 degrees under. There we go, and we've been running around 300 degrees. Haven't had any problems with our temperatures. It's going good. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right there. Shut this guy down, let this one finish. Probably in about 30 minutes we'll pull that one too. And after they both rest, we'll give them a taste. After about 4.5 hours at anywhere from 260 to 300 degrees on the backyard offset, we are done. We've been letting these rest for about 20 minutes now, maybe 30 minutes in foil. We didn't cook them in a pan or in foil, but once we pulled them from the smoker, we put them in here. So this is what they're looking like. Check these out. Look at that mop sauce that we put on them. It's really looking like it stuck around well. We got a beautiful bark on it. Let's get these out of the pan here. They're still steaming. Look at that. Wow. Alright, so we've got this beautiful bark on here. Like I said, this mop sauce is clearly still in there. That's just going to be so much flavor. Y'all saw the ingredients for that. Let's go ahead and turn these over and cut into them. Let's see how they look. Let's go right down the middle. These are 4 bones, so we'll go right down the middle. Wow, geez, so tender. Look at those guys. Beautiful color on the bark. Let me go ahead and get this camera turned around, and I'm excited to give these a taste. Again, this is the first time we've done this recipe, so let's see what these are about together. Look at this insane bark that we were able to get. That color with that mop and the hickory and post oak, and then the seasoning we put together. It's like brisket on a bone. Let's go ahead and take a bite and see how we did. Wow, that mop sauce, like I said, this is not the traditional Texas style barbecue that you think of, but if you're looking to do something different with some chuck roast or some beef dino ribs, or even a brisket for some tacos or something, that mop sauce is where it's at. And then you taste that ginger, there's some orange in there as well. I suggest y'all give this a try. I appreciate y'all for stopping by Six Brothers Beef Company. Again, we smoked some Dino Beef Ribs on my new offset smoker, and these turned out awesome. So make sure y'all subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.